Kilo, US, Victor Echo, no, CA, HI, no, DO. Yeah, they're changing. You may have noticed some of your POTA park references have changed as of recently, and you're not going crazy. It is true. POTA has published documentation on their documentation website about these changes, but apparently a lot of people can't find them, so I'm going to put a link to them down below in the description so you can read them yourself. But I'm going to read exactly what POTA has put out for public consumption. So, almost verbatim here. Maybe a little flavor added now. Introduction. In order to support our continued growth, both in scale and global coverage, we are in the process of doing some cleanup and reorganization in the way the programs, location, DX entities, and parks are stored in the database. Parks are managed by governments, and governments are based in countries and subdivisions. An example of subdivisions would be states, provinces, prefectures, etc. Thus, the design decision has been made to base our primary organizational structure on a standard, which is the ISO 3166-2, which defines codes for identifying the principal subdivisions of all countries. In other words, it's going to be a standard, unique. We implement a mapping to the ARRL DXCC list to assist our users in working with other aspects of the hobby. This implementation is purely for reference purposes and may or may not be complete and or 100% accurate to the ARRL's DXCC list. To date, we have not been entirely consistent with one method or the other, which has led to some prefix and naming conflicts and a few issues with getting parks in the right place. There will be changes to park numbering scheme and other areas in the POTA program. It goes on to define what a program is in POTA, what a location is in POTA, what a DX entity is, and everything else. Now, how are you going to notice these changes as a regular POTA user? A large number of parks are going to get updated with new reference codes. The reference code being, if you're in the United States, that's going to be your K. That's going to be changing to a US. If you're in Canada, VE is going to be changing to CA. CA is the ISO country code. VE is the ISO country code for Venezuela, which has always been confusing to me. I don't know about everybody else. A large number of parks will get updated reference codes. Most of the time, this will simply be a prefix change, the prefix being the letter part of the park reference, while the numeric portion will remain the same. Some groups may require renumbering as they are merged because of some conflicts. A good example of some parks that will be renumbered is Great Britain, because they have the G Hants, G York, a lot of different G's over there, and it's frankly a mess. Parks may appear to move as program locations and entity data is updated to be more accurate. The awards will eventually shift around to match the new program and location organization structure. Entity-based awards will eventually map to the DXCC entity organization. It may require some time, potentially weeks, for all the various statistics and metrics and awards to update. Be patient. At this time, all awards which are currently earned will remain in your award list. At this time, you're not losing any awards. Don't freak out. These changes, in the future, some awards may have more or less requirements. These changes should be known as more data is updated. Future communications will inform of specific changes to award logic. On this website, I'm going to post and link to in the description. It has change logs. You can see exactly what has been changed on what date. Okay, guys, this is a good thing for POTA. As many people have probably said, growing pains. It's important to have data structured in such a way where it's reliable, it's to a standard, and it makes it a lot easier for the POTA team to give the users of POTA what they've been asking for. In order to provide users with the feature requests and things that they want, the underlying data has to be in a good state. So this is a this is a change in the right direction, in my opinion. Will it take some while to get used to? Yeah, sure. So if you're in Canada, which has already been renumbered, and you go out today or tomorrow, and you activate a park, and you're used to putting Victor Echo dash 1234, now it's going to be Charlie Alpha dash 1234. Again, check the link in the description, read for the most up-to-date information, and a list of changes. We'll get through this. Trust me. POTA on.